Oh, right, we've done it.
Yeah, we're there already. 4 is waiting now for you.
Yeah, a little bit late. We clicked going live and it just went round and round and round. And if it doesn't work, we don't know what we're doing. So it's 4 o'clock in the morning local time. It's still dark. It'll be dark until after 5 now. With two men on site, Wynne and Ramil's in. They were in at 3:30. Um, the new guy's coming in. I can't think of his name.
Ruji.
Roger.
Yeah.
We should just call him Roger.
Mm.
And then we'll be easy for me. Roger. Right. So we're butchering the pig this morning. Now there's a fellow round the corner. The blind guy kept his father.
Mary's fortune. Good morning, Tyke.
Morning, Mary. Round the corner, he's already butchered his pig. He's cleaning it now as Wynne passed on his way here. So the new fellow will be in, Roger. You need 3 to lift the pig onto the table.
He's there with Win.
He's in now, is he? All right. So we've got 3 in. Morning, Ants. Yeah, so that'll be on the go. So it'll be a hectic morning. 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, 5:30. We'll be out the front as soon as it's daylight with the butchered pig.
Huh? I'm gonna pull the light, the timer one.
Oh yeah, that's okay. Yeah.
Naida ko diri nga suga.
Yeah, they're wanting the socket. So the butchering at the end, at this end, obviously they need a bit of light.
David.
What?
It's cool, David. Will you turn off the phone?
Yeah, I turned the fan on so that you wouldn't be getting the smoke. Yeah, we're slowly making progress, Ants. This last 2 days, it's speeded up a bit with the ironwork going on the top of the posts. There's still a fair bit of work with the roof because when they get these girders on, they're putting on now, that's the actual trusses, and they'll build the trusses off them 2x2 angle irons, which are welded together so they're actually 4x4. But it's surprising how quickly they do get it done when they're on the roof welding. The piggery was quite quick, and now Soy's laying Wynne weld as well. Wynne was never a welder, and I got him to make a panel on the fence and to see what it looked like. And I said to him, if you stuff it up, it doesn't matter. It's just a test run. And he did a good job on that. And then he welded all the panels up around the entire property. So after he'd done that, he said, I can weld now. So he's at one end welding and Soy's at the other. So that's speeding the job up a little bit. And then Soy checks everything. Montana Bob. Good morning, Montana Bob. Our David. Morning, Uncle David. Now Auntie Jean, yeah. It's 8 o'clock at night in Huddersfield. Yeah, good to see you, David. Yeah, the work away these fellas. It's a bit, it's a bit different working with them because of the language barrier. And I've found, and I keep saying it, I wander down there 2 or 3 times a day, more if I want to. And I leave them to it. and I look at the end of the day what we've got done. And most days I'm quite happy with what we've got done. Some days seem slow and you get a little bit frustrated. But mostly they work well for me. And don't forget the wages here are very, very low. So they're not expensive to employ. Same as this morning, they're in 3:30 in the morning. What I think yesterday I said they were in at 4 o'clock or 5 o'clock. So they'd be finished at 12 o'clock or 1 o'clock if they had lunch. So they came in at 3:30, so they'll be finished 11:30 or 12:30. But they won't rush away. I think probably they'll leave about 2 o'clock. But if they want to leave at 11:30 and they've got the time in, then away they'll go. If they want, it's up to them. You can't. If you wanted them to hang around, they would, I suppose. Yeah, it's low wages for us, but it's normal for them. And working 6 days a week is normal for them. And working 7 days a week isn't uncommon at all. Excuse me. Jean's sister in Singapore is overseas worker. How many days a month does she get off? 1 day a month?
Yeah, sometimes no off.
1 day a month, sometimes no days a month. It's accepted. That's how life is. But of course, they're not low wages here. It's normal wages. And if you're employing people here, you can't pay more than local wages. Else, if you're a little business, it's not going to be economically viable if you're paying above the odds. Because here there's no what do you call it? There's no machinery or tools to make them more efficient. It's all hand labour. Yeah, there's power tools. There's cement mixers, for example, but if you haven't got a cement mixer, it's just mixed by hand. Excuse me, I've got a tickle in my throat. If they haven't got a circular saw, they just saw it by hand. I still can't think of the word I was looking for. Oh, Martin. Morning, Martin.
You know him already?
Yeah, well, we know. I knew we must call it Quest, but not Iron Man. Social Security, Spartan. Yeah, it is, Martin. What we spent so far on the house? You've got a little list, haven't you? On materials, excluding wages.
I'll give you some water.
Yeah, I think you better. No, bottle of Coke.
Coke early in the morning?
Yeah, I don't drink beer anymore.
Give you water. Don't know how much it is.
Oh, you haven't had it, added it up.
Give you Coke?
Yeah, please. I'll get Jean to add it up, give you an idea what we spent on materials. And it's thousands of pesos.
More smoke.
But when you convert it into pounds, it's very little. Coke and the smoke, yeah. It rhymes. Yeah, it'll maybe get me going. That's a funny thing about Lum Boys. I started smoking Taylor cigarettes again, and they made me cough like hell. So I went back on Lum Boys. But I'm still coughing like hell. Yeah.
Just said that you should stop then.
Yeah, we all know I should stop. I mean, they're going to kill me. I've been smoking since I was 14, but they're going to kill me. So we spent so far 237,000 pesos. So how much is that in pounds? Can you Google it on one of the phones?
3,000.
3,400 pounds. Puts it in perspective, doesn't it? So I don't know. It'll all be built for £10,000. Maybe not completely fitted out inside. But of course, now, a peso is a peso. Because I'm down, the budget for building is down now to the pensions I get. Just basic English pension and basic Australian pension. So not a lot of money. And what we earn profit-wise from the shop. And starting now from the pigs.
And chicken, I have a pot there for the eggs.
Sorry?
And chickens as well.
Oh, yeah, chickens will earn a little bit. But of course, when you come here, if you've got some savings, and you've a little nest egg of savings, then, well, you are a millionaire, peso millionaire. But when them savings come to an end, then you've got to cut your cloth according to length and start living in the real world again. So this pig today, we'll probably get about 15,000 pesos for it when it's sold, which would buy a load of sand and a load of gravel. But 15,000 pesos is what? £225?
Yeah, £200.
£200? I don't know what a pig in England would cost, you know. Yeah. Most expensive form of transport in the UK is a shopping trolley. It was getting bad, Martin, when I was there, when they started putting security tabs on a block of cheese and a block of meat. I missed some comments.
Yeah. You're in here.
Yeah, too much crap in TaylorMade. You don't know what's in them, Martin. They don't have to put ingredients on the packet with tobacco, and they put that stuff in, like what you vape. I can't think of it offhand. Um, it's more a pudding than tobacco. The old tobacco in the tins was just tobacco in a vacuum packed tin. It just lasts for years. But now you don't know what's in them. Have you tried below? Oh, that's that fish in it.
No, the egg with the.
Oh, the egg. Yeah. No, no. No, it doesn't appeal to me. I did try years ago snails in France, just to try them, because I eat sea snails, whelks and that. And they were garlic snails. And they were just taken out of the shell, creamed up with garlic, and put back in the shell, and I couldn't see the point of eating them. Yeah, a beer is always better than a Coke, Dave, but me and beer don't go together anymore. If I get 2 or 3 or 4 pints of beer, I'm sick for a week. $4,000 US. That's what I said for the house. It's
Yeah.
Montana Bob. Chris, we're back into Versailles. Gabble from Cambridge. What's my young Gabble from? I come from Cambridge.
Ngayong gabi
Hmm.
it said good evening from
Oh,
Cambridge.
good evening.
Yeah.
Good evening, Chris. Thanks again. It's always good if you're getting a good exchange rate.
Yeah, for now it's over 70,
Yeah.
so it's good.
Which is a bit surprising with Starmer in charge and his tax budget and whatever have you. You'd thought the pound was sinking. There again, all the Western world is bloody sinking. Maybe America will bounce back now, I don't know. Hi, Lee. Yeah, we're up very early this morning, Lee. That's maybe what's making me cough.
It's just an excuse that makes you cough.
Yeah. Nick's away again. My buntag, that's morning buntag, isn't it? So it's good morning for some. Oh, Penrith, New South Wales. Nick Solomon. Yeah, my brother Dennis, he doesn't drink anymore either. He can't drink anymore. I don't miss the beer really. I used to drink too much. But I do miss the pubs. The social side of the pub was good until the banned smoking. And then it all changed. You'd have a drink of beer and then you go out at the back in the freezing cold in England for a bloody smoke, or stand outside the front of the pub for a smoke. Which rather sporty because beer and cigarettes usually go together. But Dennis and Brian, my brothers, they stopped smoking years ago. A bit wiser than me. You're not awake yet?
Nah, I can go back to bed.
Yeah, I didn't want to get up this morning at 3:30. Although I slept right through last night, which was good without getting up for the toilet. But that's life in your 70s, I suppose.
No.
Oh, I am, man. Oh, thank you, Martin. That's good. we didn't know if that worked or not. Yeah, I would say I'd have a beer with you, but I'll have a cup of tea with you. That's the first one. We did get a super chat twice before, I think, Doc.
Yeah,
A
that's.
guy in Finland, was it? Or
I think
Sweden?
that's Spartan.
Spartan, yeah.
Yeah.
But you know, we don't expect super chats. It's very nice, obviously, but we're not looking for them, and we don't expect them. Yeah, celebrate life stream the first super.
You miss
What?
Chris is asking you.
Oh, Chris.
Yeah, on top of that one.
In the container house.
Mm.
It serves a purpose, Chris. Yeah, you can hear the rain. You can hear the rain on this veranda roof. And in the house you'll be able to hear the rain as well. It served the purpose. There's very little room in there. We had a couple of bits of furniture in before we got the veranda built. How much did it cost? £1,500.
Around 230.
230,000 pesos.
300. 3,000 pounds.
£3,000. So it was a cheap solution to renting the house I was renting. I had a 6-month lease on it, renewable. And we expected being there for 12 months. But it was all made of cast concrete. There was air conditioning upstairs, a small air conditioning unit, but you couldn't sleep upstairs, it was that hot. And we were sleeping downstairs in the kitchen, just one room. And it was same as living in the container house here when we first got it. Restricted to room and just a space to sleep. And it wasn't comfortable at all. We couldn't sleep for the heat with 2 fans going. So we moved on to site more or less straight away. I was still paying rent for the remaining part of the lease, but at least on site we were happy to be here. Yeah. Thank you, Martin, again. We will do. Yeah, being on site, it made the video record a lot easier, of course. But there's some things I could have caught on video when I had that cement mixer on the little truck coming up the hill. It was like a big tortoise you have in Galapagos Islands. Tiny little truck with the cement mixer. It looked huge on the back of it. And wind came down and somebody else came down on the motorbikes. One at the front and one at the back. To get us up the hill. Like a big wide road on the highway. But we got it up here. Uh, 7:30 in here, and Mick was Penrith, wasn't it? New South Wales.
The pig, they weighed it.
Yeah,
73.
73 kilos of the
live.
Pig. The pig was live weight. That's a female pig. Last time we weighed them, there was 69, wasn't there?
No.
Just short of 70 kilos.
75.
75? No, that was the male one.
No, the male one was 86.
Yeah, it was. So how come it's shrunk, man?
Don't forget.
I thought they were just.
She did not eat last night.
Oh, right. Yeah, maybe. So it's 70.
3 live weight.
Yeah, so it'll kill out about 60.
60. Yeah.
Yeah, you probably hear the noise. I have filmed the process of the way they slaughter. You've maybe seen a couple of videos what are locked, and that's the videos with such as that in. I have seen on YouTube pigs about videos about slaughtering, but I don't know what's allowed and what isn't. But I wanted to keep such as that on video, and then we've got the record, and at some stage I was thinking maybe we'd open the members area and people could see them videos, and then when we kill with a humane killer, that'll be recorded on video, and you can see the difference in the two practices. But whether that'll ever happen, I don't know. I mean, it's time. I can only dedicate so much time to making videos. Making half a dozen clips is just 5 minutes each time, whatever it is. We don't do any editing or anything. Can Jean drive? Oh, she drives me bloody half the time.
No. he won't teach me.
No, she wants to drive, she says. So you can get lessons in there now. So I keep telling her to book a lesson. I did a driving test when I got my Filipino license here. I drove up this little tiny road for 150 metres to a service station, and I went into the service station, back onto the main road for 5 metres, and then back down the little side street, and that was my test. But I think that I don't know if they have a test here for your driving license. I doubt they do. For motorbikes, they certainly won't.
Yeah, they do.
Oh, do they? Right. Well, you wouldn't think so. Hi, Edward, from Kent.
From Kent, UK. Where's that?
South of England. Dover is Canterbury is the capital of Kent, is it? Dover's where you get the ferries to Europe. Yeah, the site cost us 1,000 pesos a square metre. So that was 1.8 million pesos. It's coming on to 3 years ago now, I suppose. And it's 2,000 pesos a square metre now. A Google pin on the map. I'll have a go, Martin. I have dropped pins on Google before, but I'll have to learn how to do it again. Yeah, I'll see if we can do that. The hens are going. One of them's just laid an egg.
No, because it's noisy.
Because it's noisy. It's gone quiet now. So I'll put the fan on.
Nah, it's cold.
Oh. So they've probably butchered the pig now. Probably bled it out.
Ako'y magunit dito? Ha? Ako'y gunit? He said, no one can hold the bucket for the blood. I said, you want me to go there?
All right.
No, you stay there.
Yeah. Zanzibar, Project Zanzibar. We bought 100 chickens on it.
Mm.
Yeah. They delivered us 105. We lost 4 when they were brooding. So we were down to 101. I think we've lost about six more. We'd been attacked with all the cockerels. That was bad management on our behalf. We should have had separate enclosures for them, right from the word go. You forget how aggressive chickens are. So we've probably got, I don't know, 80, 85 chickens. But once, well, after I come back from Australia and these eggs are getting to a size and they start incubating the eggs, the only restriction on numbers will be space and being able to sell them. But once we start processing the chickens into little, dress them up a bit like they would in the West, into little trays, slightly different here. The chicken will be cut into, say, 6 pieces down the backbone, and then the legs, the middle, which will be mostly breast, and the wings. So you get 6 pieces, 6 trays of meat. The bone, everything is included here. And it'll depend on how many we sell, how many we can sell. How many, the numbers we find we have. I mean, the eggs, probably 50 chickens. I'll supply the Sari shop with eggs. If you went bigger than that, we'd have to go off site selling the eggs, which we could do. But I don't want it to get too big. Enough to pay the wages and satisfy Jean's ambition, I suppose. Providing it doesn't involve me in doing any more work than I want to. For me, it's definitely a hobby farm. I was thinking this morning, if we'd have done this live stream on the phone, I could have wandered down there, but then I thought, oh, it's going to be dark, so I wouldn't see anything anyway. But it's quiet now, so they'll be shaving the hair off the pig, scalding it, and then they'll empty it, and then they'll hack it up with the machetes, and we'll get it outside. You'll see that the video will be uploaded tonight on the table. Bit of theatre outside the gate, and prior to that, we'd just bring it in the shop and we'd sell it over the counter. But when we got disease on the mountain and we had sick pigs in there, we started culling everything we could, and that's when we first put it outside the gate. And we give credit as well, just to get rid of to get some money back off the pigs before they died. And apart from one debt, everybody paid, which was surprised me a little bit. What's outstanding on that pig now?
1,000 pesos.
1,000 peso. But of course, if we hadn't been acted so quickly, they'd have finished up in the ground and we'd have got nothing for them. The chicken farm next door, it's egg birds. What they've been doing is taking day-old chicks and growing them to point-of-lay chickens and then selling them. But now they've started to make cages, and they're obviously keeping some of the birds, so they'll be selling eggs as well. Yeah, and nothing goes to waste on the chicken. Um, the feet are sold, the heads are sold, the guts are sold, the intestines are sold,
Blood you sold.
the blood they use, obviously the liver. Um, so just part of the gut. I don't think the crop. I've not seen um, anybody dressing the crop, which they used to keep in the UK. Piece of lean meat, tough as all. But it used to be used as to make the gravy. It came with the chicken, but that's not. They bloody stink if you when you're cleaning them, and full of goo and all sorts of crap. Um, but there's no food waste in the Philippines at all. The pig today, they'll say they want rib or shoulder or rump, and it's just chopped up, and you get the bone and everything. Um, how much are eggs a piece? What do you sell the eggs for?
Which one?
The, the white ones you buy in.
I'm selling it for 12 peso. That's the jumbo.
12 pesos for a jumbo egg, but they probably cost 15 in other sari shops. So a standard egg would cost you how much, do you think?
Before I did buy 13, but I think that's just a large one.
A large one,
13 peso.
13 pesos. Um, how much is pork a kilo? Oh, it's 200 pesos.
Mm.
So £4 50 a kilo. So it's quite expensive. I don't know what a kilo of pork in the UK would cost now, or Australia. But the way that I believe prices are going up in the UK, it might be £15 a bloody kilo now. If it is that expensive, you can always buy a leg of liver. That's a bit cheaper. But yeah, I don't know. The taxes in the UK are just stupid. It'll be getting harder and harder and harder for people in the UK, no doubt at all. Yeah, pork's more expensive.
You're on Lee Hill.
Hmm?
Lee Hill.
Yeah.
You passed his comments.
No, I didn't. That's what.
Mm.
Nothing. Yeah, Lee's agreeing with me. Nothing goes to waste here. Meal is mad for the animals from blood and parts humans don't eat.
Don't want.
I did try the chicken guts. I mean, I've eaten guts all my life on sausage skins,
Okay.
so no problem trying them. And they were quite nice, to be honest, grilled, a bit crunchy, and they did have a flavour. Um, but I don't have to eat them, so I don't. I'd rather eat the pork. But there's nothing wrong with eating chicken guts, I suppose. But then belooked eggs, no, I wouldn't eat one of them.
I buy one. I know.
Yeah, you bought one, yeah.
When we have ours here, I will let you taste it.
No, I don't want. I don't want to taste it. I don't want to eat them. They're all right. You eat them if you have to. It's
Mm.
like tripe. As a young fella, we ate a lot of tripe, but you can still get it in Australia. I presume you can still get it in England. And when I went to Australia, I'd seen, oh, try a bit of tripe. But, oh, I won't eat it anymore. When we were younger, it was part of the weekly diet, you know. Tesco's pork loin,
You missed one again.
$5.75 a kilo, like $3.75 a kilo. So um, it's $4.50 a kilo here. Mm. The eggs are red.
Mm.
Nothing goes the way here.
No, this one.
Yeah, I read that one from Jackpot.
Mm.
Lee, livers and gizzards. Yeah, that's what I meant with it when I said crop gizzards. I also assumed that gizzards were very tough, but maybe not. But yeah, chicken liver patty. Yeah, I eat that no problem at all. But just to eat the chicken liver as liver, I'm not keen on that because you need a dozen chickens to get a meal. They're only tiny and they're very soft. But they don't eat the lungs here. The haggis traditionally has sheep lung in it, and I know they still eat lungs in Eastern Europe, but they don't eat the lung here at all. They eat everything else. I don't know why they don't eat the lung. I've never eaten chicken lung unless it's been in haggis. Traditionally, it was in haggis. I don't know about modern ways of making haggis. But I've no doubt it's in sausage, the cheap supermarket sausage. Nothing goes to waste. Answer's got 20. Oh, yeah, Mindanao. 20 goats. Yeah, it's like most farm animals, they're cute, or you like a particular animal, but when the numbers go up, they're not so cute anymore very often. And goats are lovely animals, but oh, what a pain in the ass they are. If there's a way of getting out, they'll get out. If there's something they shouldn't be into, they'll be into it. Logo 2. Yeah, well, we're into the live stream. I don't know about being awake yet. My nose is running. I'm coughing. I'm trying to have a smoke. It's still dark. I'd like a cup of tea. But apart from that, I'm great. Now, Jean would make me a cup of tea if I wanted one. I've got this cough. The cough seems to have gone away. But we're up early. We're up at this time anyway because of killing the pig. There'll be people here buying pork, believe it or not, before it's daylight. What we sold on that pig so far, or more or less sold? No
Yeah.
definite orders
Yeah.
yet, but
I have there on
oh,
my
the guts are sold.
yeah. I have there on my list 7 kilos.
7 kilos
Mm.
sold. And what about the head and trotters? They've been inquiring about them, haven't they?
Yeah, but they had the bone of it.
Yeah.
I won't sell it.
Oh, you're not selling it, why?
I give it to Trish.
I thought that's why they were getting the guts,
Yeah.
but you're going to give her the head as well.
Oh, no
Yeah.
skin on it. Just
Yeah,
the bone.
that's all right.
Yeah. Just giving something for her because she's here
Mm.
when we wanted someone in the shop.
Trish is the oldest niece, and then Doodah the second oldest, and
Jillian was there
Gillian's
sleeping.
asleep in the shop. And they come out down here quite often. They don't get paid as such, but they are given things. Um, so they do get paid, but not directly. Yeah, I'm just awake. Nothing more than just. Meat rabbits, I think there. Yeah, they have rabbits now at Kerrang on the farm they had at Kerrang during the drought, and the pig company I work for in Singapore, they shut down a lot of places in Victoria. They shut 2 feed mills down in Victoria, I think, as well. So I, like a lot more, lost the contract. Well, I didn't have an official contract. If you had a contract, then they had to honour it, but I was out of contract. So I lost the pigs and I moved into rabbits. And in the piggery, I forget how many rabbits I had, how many cages, but I had a lot, a couple of hundred rabbits.
Give them some
And
blades.
that was okay. We were making money on them. But then the rabbit collapsed. The fellow who was selling the rabbits to for slaughter, he packed in. He couldn't make it pay. So I lost the rabbits. I still had, when I sold the place, I still had about 50 breeding doors, but I weren't breeding them. And it was the rabbits what sold the farm for me. I managed to sell the farm reasonably quickly and get out. Yeah, okay. And shortly after I sold that farm, it was 450 acres. It started to rain, and all the farm was flooded. The water was up above the windowsills on the house. Poor bugger. And he'd 2 containers. He was into classic cars. He'd 2 containers full of all his classic car bits and pieces, and 2 or 3 classic cars parked up, and all them were flooded. I never saw him again, but I felt sorry for him. But that's Australia, flood and droughts. Mary, Spurgeon, not my sister Mary. 5 o'clock normally in the morning. It's still dark at 5 o'clock. But it varies a little bit. Sometimes she sleeps in, maybe 5:30. But she normally opens the shop at 5 o'clock, and then she goes up and down the little roadway inside jogging. She's a bit weight conscious. The Western diet has met the Philippine, and she's put a bit of weight on, which is she wants to get rid of it. But
you're talking at my back.
yeah,
I know.
talking about your front, your belly.
Mm,
Um, so that's Jean's routine. Up early. I'd get up maybe 6 o'clock, and shops open and Jean's jogging. Yeah. And then we shut at 9 o'clock in the evening. Sometimes 8:45, a little bit earlier, but very often, same as Saturdays, as late as 10 o'clock. Last night we shut about 9:20. But if people are buying, she won't shut. Um, it's Asian people in general. If there's a few pesos to be made, they'll sit there all bloody night.
yeah, we did try. When it has feast on the top mountain, we're open until 12 o'clock midnight.
Up until midnight
Mm.
during the feast time. Yeah, you should have been down there this morning slaughtering the pig. That had burnt a lot of calories. Oh, the new guy did come in, didn't
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
with Win.
he? Because they tie the pig up and they drag it out the piggery, which is quite easy because it's smooth floors, and then they lift it onto the table. They take the plywood top off and they tie it to the table, and then they butcher it, they bleed it out. But they struggle to lift an 80-kilo pig um, onto the table because it's moving, and two fellows would lift 80 kilos. It's heavy, but they manage that problem. But when it's moving around, they can't do it with two. Um, and then after it's bled out, then it's easy enough. They'll be, I don't know, they'll be bringing meat up any time, I would think.
They're just what you call it? Doing like to remove the skin,
Oh, they're still getting
the
hair.
hair. Yeah,
Yeah.
they just started.
Oh, no.
It's
Right.
early, so that's fine. Around 6 o'clock, it will be done.
Yeah. But the last one we had outside,
Mm.
there was people queuing for it. There was
Mm.
people hanging around.
Mm.
Not everybody was buying um, before daylight.
Mm.
Anything happening here, you attract a crowd, and you're not only selling pork, we're selling beer because there'll be half a dozen fellows who'll get a beer, and everybody's shouting at everybody. Um, and then there's a load of vegetables in the shop Jean got yesterday. So they buy the pork and then they buy the vegetables and other things, a bottle of Coke or cigarettes. So we found putting it outside and making it in a bit of a theatre was it's more than pork we're selling.
You ordered another stun gun?
No, the stun guns on Lasada, and I ordered off two firms, and both came back out of stock. And the first firm said they'd be in stock on the 15th, which was yesterday, 15th, I think, wasn't it?
Mm.
So I'll have a look on Monday and order again. Message them and ask them if they've got any in stock. I did look on Alibaba, and I can get them on there, and the delivery price is okay. Same price, delivery price is okay. And and I was Googling last night about import duties, which is 10%. But I couldn't think at the time, but there's AliExpress and all that's done for you, if I remember rightly. That's the retail part of Alibaba. And I was talking to somebody.
Addy.
Oh,
Addy. On
Addy.
Facebook?
Yeah, on Facebook. And he reminded me of AliExpress, so I'll be looking on there. And I'll probably order through AliExpress. I think they send DHL and all the customs duty, VAT. VAT here is 10%, I think. It's all done for you, so you've no problems with customs. So I'll probably order off them. I think it's 10% on the cost of the item and the freight. You pay customs on the freight as well, which I always thought that's bloody stupid, but that's governments the world over. All the countries work that way. Yeah, I've never been into Amazon, Chris. I've looked on Amazon, but it's 3 years ago, and you couldn't get delivery for what I was looking at in the Philippines. But that's 3 years ago. I suppose it's worth having a look on Amazon. Amazon US, yeah. Yeah, David Stout, yeah. Well, a Tyke's a Yorkshireman in UK. But when I first started the channel, they were saying to me that a Tyke in Australia is a Catholic. But, you know, in the UK, it's definitely a Yorkshireman. It's a slightly derogatory remark, usually preceded with an adjective like a dirty tyke or that sort of thing. I think originally it was a street child, a tyke, but it's become synonymous with Yorkshire folk now. And I wanted, first off, it was a Tyke in the Philippines, but I was wanting farming in there, but I didn't put farming in until a couple of months later when we started building the piggery, and that was when we were farming. And there was an Aussie farming in the Philippines I watched. There was another guy I watched briefly, was a foreigner farming in the Philippines, so I couldn't use any of them titles. It'd have been a bit of a fraud if I used Aussie farming anyway, although I lived in Australia for 20 years. So Tyke was the way to go. And, you know, anybody from Yorkshire's proud of being from Yorkshire. Like anybody from Scotland is proud to be Scottish or Welsh. Maybe even they're proud to be Lancashire. I don't know. Yeah, they are proud to be Lancashire. Everybody's proud of the counties. It's all, they're not as prominent now, counties, as in England and as they used to be. But for example, Lancashire and Yorkshire, there's always been rivalry, always will be. That's why the football teams are so successful and still are, the English league. The Jocks have their own league, but that rivalry is still there. But now a lot of people support super clubs, you know, the Man Uniteds and all this, Chelsea, and But going back a lot of years, you supported your own town, and that was it. A lot of people still do. Um, right. Uh, Chris found out Amazon America, delivering to his wife in Lilloan, which is just up the road. So that's well worth having a look at Amazon then. Montana Bob. Yeah, all these little gimmicks, a raffle for a rooster, they all work if you put the effort and time into them. But that's the thing. Uh, Time.
No, I don't know.
I,
Sometimes it
I
will
don't know.
cost. It will
Yeah,
cost.
you do have raffles here, don't you?
Yeah, yeah, it has.
Yeah.
But sometimes it will cause trouble, especially drunk people outside. Like what happened. You remember what happened last time there, when a man take out his knife?
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
drunk.
Mm.
Yeah. With a guy out of the shop, an older fella. And Jean come through and said to me, "There's a man showing a knife." I said, "What are you on about, a man showing a knife?" And yeah, "I'm showing you my knife." And that's what it meant to me. But what had happened was, it was something and nothing. He had a machete, and
No, it's a knife like that.
yeah, well, a small machete, was about that long, 12-inch blade, and he was threatening another bloke with it apparently, and he was drunk, and they just somebody told him to put it away and bugger off home, which he did, and then he was down the next day all apologising to everybody, and then nobody was talking to him. He was shunned. Are they talking to him again yet? Or
I haven't seen him
he's
in
never
there.
been back, has he?
No.
Um, yeah. But they come for me if there's anything going amiss. And, I'm 76 years old. I don't know what they expect me to do. But it's rather funny. I'll go into the shop and everybody disappears. And I'll go outside the front. And if there's anything untoward going on, they all disappear. With a fella locally, and he's doing a bit of drug dealing, and he seems to think it's a good idea to use this shop as a point of reference, meet his customers and that. So I've been going out there quite often, and he'll sneak away, and there's a camera out the front, and it's sort of going elsewhere now, I think. We don't want that carrying on around the shop. But the barangay captain knows what's going on, and the other barangay police they know what's going on. So we've covered his back. Um, Other than that, if they want to take drugs, feel free, as long as it doesn't affect me. Um,
Tyke to BSM misbehaved.
yeah, originally it referred to a
Misbehaved.
street urchin, I think. Yeah. Uh, Yeah, it's a common reference to a kid in Yorkshire. You little tyke. Bugger off, you little tyke. Used to be. Nottinghamshire, yeah. Um, well, Yorkshire, there's, um, it's referred to as South Yorkshire. I think Sheffield and that. It was all part of West Yorkshire. There's no South Yorkshire. And it's, I don't know how far past Yorkshire, past Sheffield, Yorkshire went, but it's not a million miles away, no, Nottinghamshire. In just outside Huddersfield, Cooper Bridge, is what's supposed to be the grave of Robin Hood. And the pub just up the road, Three Nuns, was where he was supposed to fire his arrow from, to say, bury me there. It's not a pub anymore, it's a steakhouse or some bloody thing. Three Nuns doesn't exist anymore. Yeah, but Sherwood Forest went all the way up to Yorkshire. That's what I've been told. There's no reason to doubt it. I've seen the grave. It's on private land, but you know, as a young fellow, we climbed over the wall, and it's got on the headstone Robin of Locksley. Yeah, we are, William. Yeah, very early this morning. We're up so early because we're killing a pig. And this time of morning, somebody said it was 8 o'clock, or David said 8 o'clock in Huddersfield. It's difficult to know what time to do a live stream. Most of the viewers on this channel, or it used to be, I don't look at analytics and that very often. Mostly American. So I would assume it would make sense if you were chasing subscribers and what have you to do your live streams where the audience was, the biggest part of your audience. I know you know your audience is in Australia, a lot of it, and other places, of course. But you know, you're a Australian guy who loves your country. I'm an English guy who loves Australia. It's a bit different, I suppose. But I love England. It's the people, not the country. You love the people. But at least this time of day we can talk directly to people in Europe. So I don't know what time we'll settle on, or whether we'll keep moving around. Yeah, maybe keep moving around. Give everybody a chance, because I'm not focused on chasing subscribers. We're making a little bit of money out of YouTube now, which is good. Buys me a load of concrete, a load of gravel every month, maybe. But I'm never going to get rich on it, am I? You know, when you get to my sort of age, the ambition to make money is not really there anymore. It's more about doing things, living life, I suppose.
Ang kuan na natin din ha. Ang washer ba? Ikaw, nakita niyo mo? Ana. Do you have water in this tank here?
Yeah.
You can use it.
Yeah, literally, I'll have a look and see how much is in. I can put the pump on. Okay. Yeah. Aussie farming had cats fighting outside. Yeah. So that's why he's up early. Be bedlam. Yeah. Well, I think most viewers are in the US because America's very closely linked with the Philippines, and there's obviously, well, it's a very large country and heavily populated, and a lot more people are looking to retire in the Philippines than what there would be for UK. UK, they'll be looking, people who wanted to retire to Asia are looking at Thailand, Cambodia, Vietnam, Philippines. It makes no difference to them. It's a foreign country, whereas the Americans have very strong links with the Philippines, and there's a lot of Americans here, so that, maybe they got mates here as well. 7:30 Sunday, Saturday night in America. Yeah, thanks, William. Yeah, we will keep doing it because it's quite good.
Bidali yung baril dito?
I mean, we've been going an hour and a quarter, and we're not struggling. If we were struggling, then we'd maybe think twice about doing it. Go on, your turn.
You just wanted to do smoke.
Yeah, your turn.
The sheriff of the Not, I don't know how to read that.
The Sheriff of Nottingham, yeah, we're back to Robin Hood. Was also the Sheriff of Yorkshire. Well, I didn't know that. Yeah.
You want me to talk with them? I don't know what they're talking.
Yeah, but you do. You do with Iron Man. That's Martin. So you read that one.
Thanks, Martin.
There you go.
I'm done.
Gone very quiet. Guess you're done.
Yeah, you concentrate on your smoke.
Yeah. Well, what time are we going to get there? Like 5:30?
No, sometimes almost 6 o'clock.
Right. Because it's not getting dark now till 6 o'clock at night. So I suppose it's summer here. I don't know. Mary's back again. Yeah, there's a homesteaders, they call them in America. There's a lot of interest in turning the clock back to yesteryear, self-sufficiency, getting out the rat race. I've watched a lot of YouTube videos in America, and farmers markets and selling produce on the farmers markets. One fellow I've watched for quite a lot of years, an older guy, he went back, his grandfather's farm, he took it over later in life. I can't think of his name. And he runs a few cattle, chickens, pigs, and then sells them on the farmers market. Basically the same as people are doing in the UK. Getting back to a quieter, more traditional way of life. It's happened in other areas I've seen as well. People opting out of society, new age travellers, and going back to the 60s, of course, it was hippies. If I look back at my own life, you get on the treadmill, you get married, you get a mortgage, you have kids, you're on that treadmill, you can't get off. And you retire at 65. For a lot of people, unfortunately, that's the end of. They don't live much longer than that. I've been more fortunate as my siblings have. We've had a pretty good retirement, and we've been able to get off the treadmill at 65. but a lot of people don't have many years after they get off that treadmill. And you look back and you think, well, was it all worth it? And I have my doubts. But you don't have any choice, you see. Once you get kids, you've got to provide for them kids as best you can. You've got to pay that mortgage. You don't have any choice. But if I look back and think, oh, my childhood was in a rural setting, I could have, if I'd had the skills and the know-how, I could have enjoyed a life in a rural setting possibly more. But yeah, I've had a good life. I'm not complaining. Yeah, Yorkshire Terriers. I'm sure there's a lot of Yorkshire Terriers already called Tyke. But it's better than Shep, isn't it? Yeah, I've always liked YouTube. I've always liked watching people doing things. And everybody does things in their own way, the same as you're saying there, Martin. If you have a look at Colwick Quest, Marty's took on a big project and he's doing it well. It's a beautiful boat he's got. And there's other people at Fiddler's Ferry doing the same thing as well. But he's doing something. You've got to take your hat off to him. It's interesting what he's doing. But he doesn't have a lot of videos up. And he's doing it all himself. His brother was helping him, but unfortunately his brother passed away.
I will cook rice.
Yeah. Yeah, keep your head and hands active. Other bits as well, Martin. Yeah, I think that's it. You do things all your life, you work all your life, and then you retire, and you've nothing to do. That's the biggest mistake I made was retiring. You go downhill very quickly. And I had the opportunity to start doing things again, which is great. I don't do any physical work. I do a bit of work, but I can't do an 8-hour day. But here I can afford to have workers, and I get all the enjoyment of doing things without doing it. But I've always liked watching fly on the wall sort of videos on YouTube. Very many subjects. How people are doing things. Diesel Creek I watch a fair bit. Machinery, fixing up old machinery, and there's many other channels doing that as well. And I've watched Chinese women fixing old tractors and what have you, and they go on for about 2 hours. But I can sit for 2 hours watching a Chinese woman fix a bloody tractor. Yeah, horses for courses. Yeah. Yeah, Montana Bob. A lot of people watch, I think, these videos as I did for a couple of years about the Philippines, and because of an idea they might come here, as I did. I'd have probably come here 2 years earlier if it hadn't been for COVID. And you scrutinise these videos, or at least I did. The interactions between these foreign men and Filipino partners. There's a lot of videos, and they're all scare stories on YouTube about the Philippines and other Asian countries. And they're good to watch because you've got to be aware. But they're more prominent than the YouTube videos, which are, I can't think of the word, regular sort of relationships. Because bad news sells. So they're put in front of you more. You need to be aware of all these scams. But people watch this sort of video to see how you go on building a house, building a piggery, what the interaction with the people they're working with and the people they're living with. Same as Montana Bobby, he might have plans to come here, he might not have plans to come up here, but he might already be here. But, it's quite flattering when people are interested in what you're doing. You don't need people blowing smoke up your backside, but just the fact that they subscribe and they've got a bit of interest, it's quite satisfying.
Time to open the shop.
Warms the cockles and mentally stable. No, none of us are normal, Martin, in some respects. It's not normal for you to spend a fair bit of money on a shell of a boat, and then put all the work, time, and money into it. But you, like me, you've got a dream, and you follow your dreams, and that it's not work anymore if you're following a dream. Oh, you're in Bohol, yeah. Originally, I was looking to go to Bohol. I flew into Cebu, and I had to go into quarantine for 3 weeks. And I got talking to Jean.
A week, not 3 weeks. Just a week you quarantine in there.
Yeah, but no, I had to be there a fortnight. But you joined me after a week. I had to be there first week by myself. Some bloody thing. But the idea was to go to Bohol because land is a lot cheaper in Bohol. But Jean was Cebu, and then thinking about it, land's cheaper in Bohol, but the market's in Cebu City for most of Bohol. Although there's a market for local people, no doubt. So you get extra cost of ferries if you produce 20 pigs in one go. If you're just producing one at a time, then you can sell them locally, I've no doubt. But this plot came up which suited me, so we settled in Cebu. Yeah, so we've been going an hour and a half, so I'll end it there, I think. And I'll go and have a look and see what we're doing with the pigs. And I'll put that on camera. And you'll be able to follow it from there. Duiro area, if that's how you pronounce it. I'll have a look at that, Bob, and see where you are. Down the south of Bohol, there's a large city. I can't think of the name offhand.
Bilaran?
Yeah, the large town, and then the little island off that town, where it's popular with foreigners. But I was thinking more up north of the island. Um, I did Google Airbnb and this sort of thing, and there was no Airbnb up the north, but I'm sure there was places to stay. But I never got there, so here I am. So I'll leave it there, and I'll have a walk down the piggery and see how we're going with that pig, and
You
move
still
the
have 19 watching onto you?
yeah. I'll move the truck and get the table sorted out, and we'll get ready to sell the pig. And I'll keep this going on the phone on the video, which will upload this evening. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you all later.